The scouts have been sent to watch Yan Diomande again. Left winger. Quick, direct, fast, powerful. Ahmad's label mate. I'm going to call him label mate. If you're into rap, if you're into music, you get what I'm saying. Ivorian. How much of a priority is left wing becoming? Because we know we need one. We know we need the central midfielders. But the early work has begun in locking down the left-hand side. Matheus Cunha's doing a hybrid job. You know, he wants to cut inside. He's a different type of left winger. He can offer us something. We saw Patrick Dorgu for a game and a half. We don't know if the long-term plan for Patrick Dorgu is to be an attacking left back under Carrick if he gets the job, or if he's going to be the left winger. We don't know. But the scouts are onto it. Who should our left winger be? What type of profile should we be going for? Should it be someone like Yan Diomande? Should it be someone like him? Should it be, I don't know, Iliman Ndiaye from Everton? Let me know. Should it be this Metabolism Mane kid who's doing quite well at Wolves, although I see him as maybe more of a 10? Who knows? He's young. He could be molded. Do we look for one for the future? Do we look for one for now? What are we saying? How much money should we be spending? How much of that money should come out of the midfield budget? These are all questions that need answering quick. We're in March. Deals need to be worked upon from now. Who should it be? Let me know. Smash a like on the video, people. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. Welcome back to United View. We've got a lot to talk about. The left wing search is kicking off. There are a lot of options, but Yan Diomande is the name on the tip of everyone's tongue at the minute. With scouts going to watch him, we'll find out. Scholars, let me know what you're saying in the chat. We'll be doing some digging into some of the supposed, targets as they were. Owen.
Yes, we will. Good morning indeed. And Flex, you mentioned some key attributes there. You mentioned quick, direct, pace, strength. And then you said Yan Diomande. And I thought he was talking about me after I've been optimized, because they're just some of the things they can do. Go roll VT.
Today's video is sponsored by our friends at Oxford Natural and their all-new natural supplement, Optimum Day and Night. Thousands across the UK, USA and beyond are smashing their health goals with Oxford Natural. Optimum Day gives you steady energy, curbs your cravings and keeps your metabolism firing all day. Optimum Night helps you relax, get restorative sleep, recover and keep burning fat while you rest. It's not a magic pill, but it will help you reach your health goals. Check out some of the incredible results. Two of our own. Owen lost over 100 pounds in 10 months and KG dropped 30 pounds in 4 months. In 8 months, football legend Michael Owen lost 35 pounds and Robbie from AFTV, Don Robbie, lost over 80 pounds. And in 6 months, Anita, an award-winning immigration lawyer, lost 44 pounds. And Linda, a law firm executive, lost over 50 pounds. No gimmicks, no needles, just results. Oxford Natural, let's get to work.
Yes, let's get to work indeed. You can scan the QR code right there to subscribe and save up to 70% off your first order, whether that's your order of your Optimum Day.
That was a bit. So, yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome, which is good for your weight loss goals. Or your Optimum Night.
Oh, a bit high. So, hold on.
Well, yeah.
Oh, thank you.
There you go. Which is good for your restorative sleep. Apparently, I turned into Mr. Tickle somewhere through that. But yes, you can get them individually or combined, any which way you please. As always, all the information is in the video description below, or you can click the link. It's pinned in the chat. You can read the case studies, find out all the info, and get optimized today. Yes, optimized. We've got some scouting going on, Fleck, as we prepare for what we want to do in the summer, particularly with some attacking options on the left wing. And Yan Diomande is a name that keeps getting brought up. It's not the first time, and Fabrizio's kind of co-signed this one as we had Flex in every morning. Fabrizio Romano said Man United scouts were in attendance for the last game played by RB Leipzig. They maintain a strong interest in Yan Diomande. He's not the only option, though. They have several for the left wing position, which we know, of course, Michael Carrick did say something about that the other day, didn't he? According to some other reports coming out of Spain, they're saying there's a 5-man shortlist. Take this one with a pinch of salt. But they say names include Yan Diomande, Jesus Rodriguez from Cobo, the Scholars. Here we go. We've got to get some scholar in this morning. Martial Godot from Strasbourg, Bradley Barcola. Everyone knows
I'm putting up
PSG.
YouTube right now, mate. We're doing real life scouting.
And also Iliman Ndiaye from Everton, which his name actually Flex has mentioned in the past. I know you're a bit of a fan of Ndiaye. But yes, we've also, people forget, we've also got our own scouting network here at United View. And no, I'm not bringing on the scout. He's still somewhere.
Yes. You don't know where he's
out. He's doing, he's doing other, situations at the moment. But yes, when it comes to super chat.
At Red Bear and 2,455 super chatted £10. DJ 100% correct on Scholes. Scholes comments has a lot more weight when it comes to football. Did not understand KG's argument. Of course words lands differently from different people.
I think this is Scholes thing. I'm a bit over it now, to be honest. You know what I mean?
But people still got some views on it. I agree. I definitely am past it, but I don't know, man. KG had a point yesterday in terms of like I know DJ was like, nope, not having it. Still think you this, still think you that, but he said sorry. I read between the lines of he knew, he did know what he was doing, but when you're saying you didn't understand KG's point there, I don't know. I agreed with it, man. I agreed with it. Like, I want to like you. I don't ever want to be like you are. You do mean a bit more. And you've kind of said, sorry, let's just forget about it, but try not to do it again. But he obviously will do something. I was with KG yesterday, I'm not going to
lie. Like I said, I'm just a bit over it. I'm just a bit over it. I get KG's point where he's sort of saying, like, as well, it's kind of the same point, isn't it? Like, it's just over now. All right. Yeah. Okay, cool. Move on. Doesn't erase everything you've ever done in the past, in terms of your legacy. Maybe next time you say something a bit wild, people will know where it's coming from a bit more, but whatever, you know what I mean? Whatever. Yeah. United Loves Minimum for 23 months says, morning all, checking in for my monthly reminder about the bout. 250 contribution for third place. I think some others wanted to chip in. # get Owen his bout. Wow. Just a reminder. Yeah. Just a reminder. Yeah. That's 250. That's 50%, put up front there by United Love if we finish third. So just keep reminding that. No problem. But yes, going back to the scout. If you don't know a lot about Yan Diomande, not gonna lie, nor do I that much. I'm watching the Bundesliga every weekend. You know me. I'm attached. I can't. Yeah, exactly. So we went to our resident scout this morning of Scout Jupiter, who is very busy on lots of different missions. But I said, can you just put together a quick one this morning for me? He went, no problem. So Diomande, if you're not aware, 19 years old, Ivory Coast winger, right-footed. He only joined Leipzig last July. I didn't even know this. So he's got a long deal till 2030. There's suggestion that maybe it could cost between 80 to 100 million euro to get him. In terms of his statistics this season, what he's actually done, 10 goals, 5 assists in 24 appearances, which is, not bad going at all. Standout numbers here. The most impressive part of his profile is a mix of end product and ball carrying. Bundesliga leaderboards show him as the top winger in the Bundesliga for chances created, 30, and big chances created by a winger. While dribble totals vary slightly by provider, but consistently place him as the Bundesliga leader for dribble totals and second in Europe's top 5 leagues behind only Lamine Yamal.
Well, that's enough. I don't need to see any more.
Yeah.
Yamal, mine made up.
And completed dribbles. Diomande is on 84, but, still not bad space to be in. He's one of the most aggressive, successful dribblers in elite European football this season. Among teenagers, the company is elite. Diomande became the 4th youngest player ever to hit double figures in a Bundesliga season, and that only Lamine Yamal scored more often among teenagers in Europe's top 5 leagues this season. Diomande is second only to Yamal for under 20 goals and assists across Europe's top 5 leagues, 23 to 15. That is genuine breakout star territory, not ordinary promising youngster output. Oh, no, not bad.
Okay.
What kind of winger is he? Right-footed left winger first, secondary option on the right, built for isolation, acceleration, and direct carries.
I'm seeing this.
Profile.
He's running past loads of people.
Yeah, he has outstanding speed, can dribble, very athletic, can finish, works for the team, and strong in counter pressing. He beats defenders through dynamism rather than endless trickery. The official Bundesliga
left foot.
Plays a bit like Comp. They say he's a bit like Karim Adeyemi. Why would he be a good fit at Manchester United? We need more of a 1v1 threat. Kuna leads players for completed dribbles with 35. Ahmad has 31 and Bumo just 11. That's wild numbers, by the way. Just go back to what they were saying. What do you have, like 80 dribbles this season?
Yeah.
There you go. 84 completed dribbles.
And they got 35 and 31.
Completed, yeah, 35, 31.
Yeah.
Gives United a real left wing profile, which of course we do need, certainly. He fits a faster, more vertical attack. His speed is elite. Sometimes United have looked a bit short on pure separation pace. A left-sided runner with acceleration and dribble volume would suit quick transitions, especially with creators like Bruno and runners like Mbumo around him. He's already got a meaningful output. Why he wouldn't be a good fit? A lot of money, 80 to 100 million euro. Yes, only one major breakout season, only 10 senior appearances the year before that. So they might say, well, need a little bit more time. Finishing may just be running hot. He has 10 goals from 5.5 XG and overperformance of about 4.5 goals. That is excellent.
Yeah. But so they're basically saying he can't keep it up. Maybe that's really high.
Maybe could be a bit of a fluke, could regress. It's still early on his decision-making curve as well, so still got to improve. And also, he wouldn't solve every attacking problem, but still, it's a good, not bad at all. How he compares to other Premier League players, they're basically saying he's quite similar to sort of a Jeremy Doku. Doku's completed 58 dribbles. Diamande's 84. You know what I mean? Which is kind of crazy.
Context the league. The league.
As an under-20 attacker, he's behind Lamine Yamal, but sitting in that next elite band as a creator from wide areas. Very good for a teenager, but not yet in the class of elite senior chance creator, chance machines like Bruno as well,
Okay, yeah, we wouldn't expect him to be.
And then it compares him to sort of the rest of the squad.
But
where he would fit in the Man United 11? Left wing. If anything, they're saying that would let United build something like Diomande, Šeško, and Bumo/Ahmad with Bruno underneath as an advanced midfielder.
Yeah. I listen, obviously in comp territory, you know what I mean? Just
impressive
having
numbers.
A bit of fun. Impressive numbers. While Owen was saying them, I was just had the comps up, just looking. What was actually quite enjoyable. You can't take it to real life. It's just for your own concept. Is having somebody reel off the attributes like what Owen was saying. And I challenge you lot to rewind it, not now. Put a comp on of Diomande and listen to Owen reeling off them things. And you're literally watching what Owen's saying. Really good direct take-ons, 84.6 dribbles. And I'm looking at him, obviously the best version of the comps. He's just running past people, chopping in, left foot, right foot, looks powerful, nice touch. I mean, some of these dribbling take-ons are, see you later. And he's doing it on the right. He's doing it on the left. He looks a little bit like, because he's quite big. He don't look like blisteringly quick, but the actions that he does are quick. So it's not like I'm looking at him like, I don't know. When you used to see Dan James and you go, wow, look how fast he is. Like, little whippet going so fast. But then you're looking at how he is. He kind of moves like Semenyo, where it's like, I can't explain it. Semenyo's got like this weird technique, but it's so powerful and strong with the movements. That's what he looks like when I'm looking at him. And yeah, he's doing it on both sides. He's setting people up. Left foot, right foot looks comfortable, but look at that change of pace. Damn. Yeah. I can see those stats, what you've been reading out. But listen, comps are comps, stats are stats. But yeah, that's why we're there, isn't it? That's why we're sending scouts to look at him. He looks like he could be good. I like a lot of other guys as well. Yeah, exactly, Red Baron. Don't let comps fool you. We've been there with Anthony. You can watch comps of a player and go, wow, this is what it is. Yeah, the word you're looking for is explosive. Yeah, exactly. He is Tyrion. WJ Barrett says Flex is sold. Not sold, but I can see why. Do you know what I mean? Everyone's talking about this kid. You know, there's a reason why he has a high release clause. There's a reason why the scouts are going to watch him. He's obviously got something. He's obviously good. Whether that means that's the right guy to buy, whether that means he'll take to the Premier League, well, we don't know any of these things. It's always a risk, like with every single transfer, like we always say, we don't know. There's very few players you can buy that you go, absolutely, that'll fix this, and he will be a hit. He will be a hit. The players that are from the Bundesliga, you know what I mean? You got to scout well, but you can also get it wrong. So I like that we got to look. We just got to look. You just got to keep being in the pool. The work starts now.
Yeah, I think it's probably, realistically, it's probably one of those ones where, like you say, I'm sure that he's probably got like 20 or 30 clubs scouting him at the moment. He's 19 years old. We just saw some of those numbers, and we know how, you know, analytic driven football is nowadays. So I'm sure all of the top clubs in Europe see some of those numbers and go, wait a minute, he's with these dribbles and these take-ons, and look at actually some of his stats this season. He's right up there. So let's go and have a look. Let's go send some scouts. And sending scouts is, you know, one thing, and then putting actual money down on the table or having conversation is something completely different, right? So I'm sure Man United are looking at him. I'm sure a lot of people are looking at him. Man United clearly are looking for left wingers, aren't they? The fact that Karaku's not even a permanent long term or anything like that goes, yeah, but United are probably going to get one in next summer because we need one. It's clear to see. He might be on that list. Would it maybe fit with what, you know, the recent recruitment profile has been like? I don't know, because last season was very much money, wasn't it? Yeah, last season was very much, you know, Mbumo, Premier League proven, Kuna Premier League proven. I suppose Šeško and Lomans not so much. So maybe would fit into that kind of Lomans and, well, more so Šeško territory. A lot of money from the Bundesliga. Can you make that sort of transition? But it'll be on the list. I guess he'll be on the list. Show said something in the chat as well. He said, where is he say it? He said something like, after all of that talking, you should eat a lemon. I would, but I can't today. I've got the dentist. The dentist later on this afternoon. Yeah, again, I've got the dentist. So
yeah, and hopefully this is the last fucking time.
Last one. Five times have been. 5 times in the middle of the lemon challenge as well.
Yeah, it's not ideal, is it? It's not ideal at all. It really isn't. But yes, I just want them to do their jobs well. Like you said, if you can get a high strike rate and start improving recruitment, my thing is all about recruitment, man. I'm so focused on that. I know we've got to find a new manager, make a big decision, and it is a big decision what to do with Carrick or whoever it is going to come in. But that decision to me is still, I say, hand in hand. I don't want to say recruitment's bigger, but because obviously the guy steering the ship is always massive day to day with the players. But if the ingredients that you're working with ain't the right ones, it doesn't matter what manager you get. We have to address what we're seeing with quality purchases. And if they find me the left wing equivalent of Senny Lemons, which is someone that they've bit left field, it's young, bit of a risk, you know, I ain't gonna be mad. That's what you're getting paid the big bucks for. That's you know what I mean? That's what you're there for. You got to find these players. At the same time, if you want to part with big money for Yan Diomande, because you really do believe that this is the one and it's going to be a premium, I also want us to be at the door for the top talent as well. So I don't know, man. It's up. That's their job. That's not our job. Us as fans can't be held to, well, you wanted him and you fuck that. We're fucking fans, mate. We ain't got a clue.
I hope you're happy, Flex. You've got what you wanted.
Yeah, all of this shit, man. Like, we're fans, bro. Like, there are certain fans who, like, you know, don't get me wrong, there's people who make content that's strictly looking at all the XG and all the numbers and stuff from players across Europe and their tacticians and their this and their that. Even them, no offense, they just do that in their spare time. They don't do it professionally. They're not paid scouts, but they can have a better understanding of certain players than we do because they watch them. They make, you know what I mean? So I just think the only people, obviously, is the one who's got the power. You know, our strike rate as fans is going to be diabolical. Mine always is. I ain't got a clue. Do you know what I mean? Like, half the time. There's only a few players that I've watched, like in the Prem, that I would stick my neck on the line for, and a few players foreign foreign players.
And
that,
even
you know what I
and
mean?
even then,
But
you never know, do you? You never know. There's some transfers seem like such a sure thing, and then for whatever reason, when they show up, it just feels like it's a completely different player, and it just doesn't work
yeah,
out, and
it
you
don't
don't
work,
know
bro.
why. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And yeah, shout out Nick, one of our mods, says, how many Bundesliga players have been good in the Prem? Why is this myth still a thing? Because it's
Yeah.
so not true, is it? You know what I mean? There have been loads of Bundesliga players that have come to the Prem and done well. You know what I mean? Like, I don't, you know, Haaland,
Who?
De
Son.
Bruyne,
Yeah.
Ekatike. I mean,
Yeah.
even some of those, you mentioned three there in Haaland, De Bruyne, and Son. They're like
They're
three of like the
three
best players
ever
of,
played.
some of the three best players that have played in the Prem. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Are they the anomalies, Owen? Because then when you look at, there you go, when you look at Sancho, when you look at Nkunku, when you look at Verts, sorry. What's the other guy? The Tottenham kid guy. Werner, sorry, Timo Werner.
Yeah, but then like United
you
Love
know,
says,
yeah,
company
Gundogan was all right. Yeah.
Gundogan. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
there are quite a few. It's just like with any transfer from any league, like they're just, you're gonna get some duds, aren't you? You're gonna get some duds and you're gonna get some good ones. You know, it just is what it is, isn't it? So yeah, I wouldn't really like label it as, oh, you can't get players from the Bundesliga at all.
Did Mane,
You know?
was he there? Was he in Bundesliga before Southampton? Mainz?
Yeah.
No, not Mainz. Who was he playing
No,
for?
it was it Leipzig? Was it Leipzig?
Was
They
he
got
at
him for?
Leipzig? Yeah. Okay.
Um,
There you go. Yeah, Oba was at Dortmund before he went to Arsenal. Turned out all right. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
Salzburg,
Exactly.
excuse me. Is it Salzburg?
Salzburg. Oh, right. There you go. Yeah. Oh, so no, that's not.
No, Austria.
Yeah.
And then when he went to Bayern Munich, he was, you know, there was punches and all that kind of stuff. But the point being is that every transfer is a risk, isn't it? You know what I mean? Edin Dzeko, you know, he did all right. You know, won Man City a Premier League title. So maybe it's just because we don't have a huge history of buying players from the Bundesliga that have gone super well. Who have we bought from the Bundesliga?
Kagawa,
Schweinsteiger, Sancho,
Sesko now. Even Cunha's been in the Bundesliga before. A little while ago now. Who else have we bought directly from there? Good question. Mazraoui. Oh no. Yeah, Mazraoui was at Bayern.
Yeah, Mazraoui and De Ligt. Yeah, Mazraoui and De Ligt.
They're doing all right. Did we get him straight from Dortmund? Yeah, we did, didn't we? Yeah. Mkhitaryan.
Maybe that's just why, because all of our sort of Bundesliga signings
been all right,
a bit flat. But like, yeah, like people are mentioning in the chat, like, you know, you go like Soboslai, doing fine. You know, even Ballack when he was at Chelsea did fine. You know, and wasn't even the best version of Ballack. You know, like there are quite a few that have done all right. You know,
yeah, there's a few, and
on loan.
It's De Ligt, our best defender. Did we read these? Did we read these ones? Yeah.
Read that one, yes.
Yes, WCM says that Cunha's not a natural left winger or creative 10. What is he? I think we're going off what Cunha's been in the Prem. What he's been in the Prem is a high volume scoring 10, but there's not the single 10 because Wolves were playing what we played really with 2 10s, weren't they? So I would say he's a player who's good at taking people on. He can win fouls, get you up the pitch. He can retain possession quite well because he's strong and direct. And if you let things go through him more, where he plays centrally, he's proven for Wolves. Like I think he got 14 one year and maybe 15, 16 the second year when we bought him, something along those lines. He's proved that he knows where the back of the net is. But in our team, that hasn't transpired to that rate because obviously you got Bruno's the chief creator, and Bruno's he's Bruno. And then he has to play directly from the left as well, where we've had to, change him a little bit. So I think, he won't get you loads of assists. But it is weird with Cunha now because we're sort of asking something from him that isn't really the primary thing what we bought him for because the team's changing. Do you know what I mean? Because already we're saying we need an actual left winger, so he could still be a great squad player and a starter for wherever you need him for. You know what I mean? That's
what I was just about to say. I think that where I think we might see the best out of Matheus Cunha is maybe next season, hopefully, touch wood, where we're playing more games, more European football. Because I was just thinking, like, if Matheus Cunha was in a Sir Alex team, what would Sir Alex do with him? Like maybe. And I was thinking, like, I don't know if he necessarily have like a defined role where he plays in the same position all the time. I think Kuna, you can have him be a situation where, like, next season, if you're in the Champions League, hopefully, for this game, you go, actually, we don't really need width in this game. We need it a bit more central. I'm going to put Cunha left wing in this game. Or this one, I'm going to have Cunha start over here. Actually, I'm going to start Cunha on the false 9 this game. And it's not like he's a squad player or a rotational player, but you can put him in these different areas depending on these different, who you're playing, what kind of game it is. Do you need to be a bit more compact and a bit more, not have as much width there, and you want it's going to be played through the middle? Okay, need a Cunha. So, and that's really where we've got to be heading.
You do need players like this in the squad as well.
If we want to be really achieving, things next season or moving forward, as we said, like, we get so hyper focused on, if we sign this player, what does that mean about this player? He's not going to be starting games. It's just squad game at this point, right? How often does the team come out at the moment? We go, look at that bench. That bench is shocking. And even when it's like, full strength, we go, not a lot of strength and depth. You need more, and you need these different roles, and depends on different matches and whether you're away from home or at home, different competition. And you need that quality of people that can do something a little bit different depending on the fixture. So, yeah, I think next season we'll probably see is how important he will be for the team, because we saw it even against City and Arsenal, didn't he? Not to say that he's just going to be a bench player that comes on all the time, but the ability to bring on a player like that, when the game's a little bit stretched and people are a bit more tired,
you need it in your squad.
Game changer. Comes on, creates against City, scores against Arsenal. Like, you need it. And that's what wins the top clubs, the big clubs, their trophies at the moment, isn't it? It's the fact that City can turn to their bench and go, look at that, I can bring on this player, Marmoush, I can bring on this person, bring on that person. Arsenal, for all of the shocking, awful football they play, you do look to their bench, don't you, and go, oh, they can bring on Eze today, or they can bring on this player. It's a difference, isn't it? You know what I mean? It's a difference. So, as Joe says, the Arsenal have Madueke, 52 million on the bench, for most games, which, isn't Madueke the best player, but in terms of come on, make a difference, I sure have him on our bench at the moment. We've got nothing at the moment, really, have we?
No,
Especially
I agree. I'm more. Oh, you're gone. You're on your way back. I do feel like I agree with everything you say, because we are coming from that bit, like you say, of we spend this much money. Where's he going to play then? He's got stocks. He's going to be unhappy. You can't keep him unhappy, because then he needs to start. And what we can't ever envisage is the fact that we need a good squad. We need players to be able to have quality. We can't keep dropping 50, 60, 70% in quality when we turn to the bench, because technically that's what's actually happening. Maybe I'm slightly inflating the numbers of the percentage of drop-off, but you get what I'm saying. The drop-off is monumental from certain players to the rest of the bench. And not even the drop-off, just the actual lack of option. Like, if Bruno had to come off, I know, like, he's, the top guy, but there's nobody else really that you're trying to put there that can do that. When the centre midfielders have to come off, the drop-off is crazy. Left wing, if we've started Cunha there, and it's like, who else? What else can we try, though? There's not another natural one. You don't even have one to give it. No. You got to put maybe Ahmad out there, which ain't going to work. You got to put Mbumo out there, who's not comfortable. Square pegs in round holes. If the keeper got injured and got a groin strain tomorrow, we're back to Altai. Fullbacks. We're actually forced to even just keep playing Dallo. And then Mazraoui, let alone options. It's the most senior, most consistent one is Dallo. That is a problem just in itself. Luke Shaw still going. The fact that he started every single game is a monumental achievement for him. But in the day of modern fullbacks, when we're looking at other teams of what it should look like, where you go, it should look like maybe Hincapié or Calafiori, or it should look like Lewis Hall, it should look like Cucurella bottoming on doing, we don't have it. We don't have that up and down energy. So yes, he's reliable, he's professional, he's reliable this season, but it's a problem that is our left back. Then if he gets injured, who is it? Got to put Mazraoui there. Don't get me wrong, good squad player, understands the game, keep it simple, keep the ball, but it's not. He's not worried about that. Do you know what I mean? So we need so much. So back to the Cunha thing, 1 billion%. My thing is, I'm not worried about You do get Yan Diomande though. Kuna starts looking sideways. He gets unhappy. Mate, if that happens and you're unhappy at Man United and you can't take the competition, then you got to leave. But also, and that's not me saying, like, this is enter show. You want Kuna to leave, confirmed. But also, we got to start letting the results need to get better with them players so that all the players start buying in to go, we're competing on all fronts. You know what I mean? Players want to be at Arsenal competing for 4 fucking trophies. You know what I mean? I've been on the bench for ages, but this is my job. I've got to step in and out, and this is what I've got to do, mate. I'm at Arsenal. We're competing for everything. I'm at Liverpool. We're competing for everything. I'm at City. We're competing for everything. I've got to be ready. That's what we have to build back again. But we've been so far from that, we can't even get our heads back into having a competitive squad.
Yeah, well, and this is what I've been saying about the Cobby thing as well. You mentioned about no one can be, maybe aside from like a Bruno, maybe, no one can be that defined. They're absolutely going to start every week. And that I think this is, you know, to talk about Cunha there, I think that's the position that Cobby needs to be in, where he's not a defined, absolute first name on the team sheet every single week. There needs to be, in my opinion, you know, a couple of midfielders ahead of him, you know, to compete with, because next season he'll play games. Like if we're in 4 competitions and not getting knocked out at the first hurdle in every single one, we're gonna need a squad. We've barely got one. We play once a week, if that, at the moment. When we play on Sunday, we know that, you know, we got a decent 11, not even a super strong 11, but decent 11. And then, like you said, it feels like every position, if there was an injury in any of these positions, we'd be like, it's a disaster. Who have we got to replace? And also, who the person that's going to be coming in isn't competent. What are we going to do? Like, we can't be sort of one position away from disaster all the time next season. So that's why also I go back to the Carrick thing as well, because think of that. We're basically saying, like, the entire squad, or the majority of the positions in this squad, need to have either an overhaul or like a backup kind of put in. Oh, and we've also got to figure out who our head coach is going to be. Oh, and also it's a World Cup season too as well. Like this summer, there is so much happening and so much that is dependent on it as well. Because if we don't get it right, we could find ourselves in a situation a couple months into the next season where we're like, we are so short and we're going to embarrass ourselves in all these competitions. What we're going to do? Like this summer is so critical, so critical. I cannot stress it enough. Like it'd be one thing if it was just transfers. We would be like, all we got to focus on is transfers, but we don't. Like there are so many other moving parts as well. Like again, head coach, World Cup, that's going to delay things too. So, oh God, it's going to be the stress flag.
Yeah, exactly. And we have to be ready for all those things. There's so many plates to spin, you know what I mean, at the same time. And like everybody, but also this is that we're forgetting this is the fucking demands of this modern. This is just normal. Like if you're up, because we ain't. This is what I'm uncomfortable with.
We're not in uncharted territory here, are we?
Bro, we're acting like, oh my God,
we've never done this before.
Owen, there's going to be a major tournament on. You know, how are we going to buy players? How are we going to, mate? We have to get a new manager. How are we going to make a decision? We're going to have a lot of games next year. What are we going to fucking do? Like,
because no trust. Because there's no trust, is there? That's why.
There's no trust. And every time we've been in and around it, the squad building's been poor. And this is why I keep harping on about it, man. Buy good players. Because then at least you've got all the ingredients to bake a cake. Then you can narrow it down to let's just find the right guy to bring this together. But if your recruitment is right, I think you solve over half your problems, man. You can good recruitment can make average managers or managers that might not be elite look better. Whereas I think it's harder to find a manager who can make an average squad look good. That's what I would say. I think to make an average squad look really good or get a lot out of it, you have to really find a top manager. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's a lot harder. But I think if you give somebody a really good squad, it's harder for them to look bad than it is for somebody to look really good with an average squad.
I mean, the show kind of mentioned this in the chat, so I thought I'd check it, right? This is Manchester City, of course. Now, they're second in the Prem. behind it now, certainly when they drop points against Nottingham Forest. But they're playing Real Madrid this week in the Champions League, right? Or next Champions League games. They're still through in the FA Cup because they knocked out Newcastle at St James's Park at the weekend.
Just dusted them down when we just
to show you, like it wasn't like it was a super rotated Newcastle team. It's not massively different to the one we faced, a little bit, but still strongish.
Botman came in, but that's fine. Yeah.
Joe Linton was out, but it's still not a million. Yeah. It's not a million changes, is it? You know what I mean? It's not a million changes. This was the City team that they played. You know what I mean? Not certainly their strongest team. Look at their bench. Look at City's bench. Cherki, Semenyo, Foden, Diaz, Gay, Rodri, Bernardo Silva, Aït-Nouri, Donnarumma. They still won that game 3-1, and now they're going to play Real Madrid midweek, and they have rotated. That's how much of a squad game it is.
Even look at Newcastle United, who got problems, and they rested. They made check because I was speaking to my Newcastle mates. They were a bit annoyed, but they agree that they need to prepare for Barcelona tonight. Yeah. Anthony Gordon bench. Livramento only just come back from injury, but bench. Dan Burn is their starter, so they benched him. Joe Linton starter, benched him. Visser spent 50 million, bench. Now I'm not saying he's been a great buy. I'm not saying that at all, but they've got options. They've got more options than us. Exactly.
Yeah, they've got more options. There's two Champions League squads, going up against each other, and particularly City's. That is, that's the point is that we're at the moment not ready for this kind of,
rotation.
Games. We can't rotate like that. So
we need a big squad.
We do need a we need a lot of players in the summer. You know what I mean? Like definitely. Just to avoid. It's all
right to be squad players.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think he'll start, but that's a good addition to the team. Like say you get a João Gomez from Wolves because when they go down, and you get him for like 20 million, 25 million. You go, he can play a bit. I like him. He can come in and out. He can come in for those FA Cup. He can start a Premier League game. I'm not saying he's terrible. I like him, but you can look for bargains along the way. Not all of these signings need to be. We can't afford it. We wouldn't be able to do it anyway. Because that's the other thing that scares me. We have to do so much investment to the team. We're going to have to find some gems. We ain't going to be able to spend 60 million, 100 million, then another 80 million. Like, we can't. We're going to have to find some players that cost 25 million. Find a gem that costs 18 plus some add-ons or something. Like, we have to. Mixed in with, can you get an Anderson, Baleba, Wharton, whoever, Tonali? Can you get a staple? We're not going to be able to get 3, 4, 5 staples, but we need 5, 4, 5, 6 signings for sure. For sure. Do you know what I'm saying? They're going, look at Doof if West Ham go down. Can you get him as a left back? Coyote, right back, maybe KG likes it. Just inventive kind of signings where you're going, not going to cost a lot, Premier League proven, physical. I'm not saying all of these guys definitely have what it takes to play for Man United. Obviously, that's where the scouts come into it. But can you find some gems? Do you know what I mean? Can you do that?
And also, you have, a situation of, we know how much those midfielders are going to cost. They're going to be costing you a pretty penny.
Premium.
And also to go for the bet, it's kind of catch-22 because to spend that money, you've got to be in the Champions League. But we need to be in the Champions League to be able to reinvest the way we need to in our squad as well. So it's just going to be a busy summer, isn't it? It just is. And it goes back to, as we said earlier on, it's that trust element, isn't it? It's that trust element of the reason we ask those questions of, we've got to do this and some World Cup on the horizon and got to move some players on too. For most other clubs, it's not even really a conversation point. It's just, okay, it's a summer transfer window. They have the World Cup ones, they happen every 4 years. Get over it. But with us, we just, because there's so much sort of scar there, we're just like, well, are they going to be able to do it all in time? And are they going to get it right? Or are we going to get fed some bullshit of, I know we qualified for the Champions League, but it's not a good market right now. And it's not a good summer right now for us. And it took a while for the head coach to get announced, and that delayed things. Like, I think everyone's kind of waiting for that first, like, excuses, spin to drop. That's the reason why we won't do something this summer. And I'm just, because we need... How many players do we need at a minimum?
Well,
forget positions. Just you know what I mean? Just in the summer, just to beef out that squad.
As a minimum, bro. I'll be honest. I'm saying 6.
Yeah, maybe like 6. Maybe like 6.
I'd say 6. And I think, like, is it realistic? If they spend wisely, yes. Probably not. We're looking at we did 4 last year. They have to better 4. So that's saying minimum 5, really, is what we're saying, because they have to have to buy more players than last year. If they just added 4 again to the 4 we bought, I don't think it's enough. I think you need 2 central midfielders, so that's 50% of what you got to buy if you're doing 4. You have to get a left winger, that's 3. And then
also players will leave as well.
Yeah.
So you have to talk about
exactly.
You have to talk about sort of
so
the
then
net
it's just like for
increase,
like.
don't you?
Yeah,
you have to
the net
talk about the net increase.
If Xerxes and Ugarte leave and you just replace them, we're at par.
And Casemiro's going. So
and Casemiro's going. So there's 3 players that I think will definitely leave. So you need to buy 3 to replace them. And then what? How are you going to, like you said, net, how are you going to
an extra 4
after that?
7s, you know what I mean? Like you buy 7 players? I don't know.
And this is where you get into, let's be realistic. It's not going to happen, is it? I don't think they're going to do that, because players will leave and they're not going to buy 8 players, are they? They're not going to. They're not going to. They're not going to.
No, Man United, it's usually what? 4, 5?
4 or 5 max. Maybe. When did we last buy 5? Was that when we got Mazraoui?
But then also, I suppose as well, we do have to get our heads around this. Like, we are not going to have a summer where every issue we've got in that squad is fixed.
Not.
Like, you know what I mean? That's not going to happen.
You never do.
We are going to go into next season with aspects where we go, right, that's still a problem. Or next summer, we might have to, all right, right back's a problem, but we're going to have to just get through this season. Because there's always a couple of positions like that. Every summer we say, well, look, midfield this past summer, we didn't do that. That's a next season thing. That's a next season kind of situation. So there's going to be at least a couple of positions there that we go, well, we didn't really touch those, which is a bit shit.
Yeah, no, that's true. It's true. I just want us to just get. Just get.
I just want us to win at the weekend first. Holy shit!
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just get to that point, you know, because we kind of touched on it last night in the red carpet, but it does feel like with Carrick for some reason it's like maybe it is make or break for him. I don't know. It just I asked the question to KG last night and he answered it the same way that I feel, which is it's that Villa game for whatever reason. Yeah, he can't obviously get the Man United job based on it, but I think he can lose the job based on it, which is a wild situation to be in. So if he wins, I don't think it changes the standing too much. It's just, all right, yeah, cool, solid Champions League spots, no problem. If he loses, it's back-to-back losses, the bounce is wearing off. This is why Carrick can't get the job on a perm, blah, 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 blah. It's like the pressure and the tension on that game on Sunday. It's going to be massive. Like
there is. But I also... This is going to sound like a counterproductive question because our feelings are going to dictate otherwise, and for all the reasons you just explained. But should we be doing that? Should we be putting that much thing into one game when there's still 7 other twists and turns? Like, it's not. If you win that, it doesn't guarantee top 3. If you lose that, it doesn't guarantee that Champions League football is done. Like, it just doesn't. Yeah, these are the harder games. Like, you do that, you beat Bournemouth next. You know, excuse me, beat Leeds next. You know, like there's twists and turns. Like, it's a top 4 race. Top 4 races aren't great. They never are. That's the whole point of them, because you're between the 3rd and 6th best team. That means you win some, you lose some, you draw some. You do just about win more than you lose, just about usually. But it means you just kind of. You're floating around that kind of half inconsistent. You can't expect to be going on mad runs. Otherwise, you'd be in a title race. So I just think it's hypocritical of me because I'm going to be there nervous. And I'm like, fucking, Rodgers, man, fucking, Watkins just not today. Oh, my God. I hope Sancho don't. Oh, he can't play against us, I don't think. But like, just, do you know what I mean? Just, it is still Villa. Good players. Fucking, Martinez, don't be on one today, saving every shot, man. We need to win this now. I don't want to see the Watkins regen. You've been shit all year. But they got good players, isn't it? But yeah. So I will be nervy, but I just think we shouldn't really be doing that. We shouldn't really be like, oh, you know what? This game on Sunday really is make or break, because it's not. We're in a top 4 race. No one single game is make or break until you really get to that bit. Exactly.
I agree with that. I totally agree with that. But unfortunately, that's just how a lot of the fan base operates, though, isn't it? You know,
and you're right.
It's
Because if we lose, I will feel hurt.
And it's the fixture. I think it's the fact that it's at home against a top 4 rival. Like that will be like it's crashing firmly back down to reality. And also there has been this sort of rumblings, haven't there? The last few performances haven't been great. Results are catching up.
It's because we know that we do have to step it up. Like you can't keep playing like this.
It will be really rough, won't it? And also I think there probably would be just a little bit of because like you said, it's not over. If we get a bad result at the weekend, let's say we lose, top 4, top 5 isn't over. You can still qualify for it, no problem. But go back to trust again. It's trusting these players going to now just collapse for the rest of the season. They've done this before. Or did they just get up for a few games and now they just can't be asked anymore?
It's fizzled out. Yeah.
We've seen this before with this team. It's a trust element. If we trusted the players implicitly, and the same with Michael Carrick, if they lost at the weekend, we'd be like, no problem, fine. We'll bounce back from it.
But it's because it's unknown. Like he's still new.
Exactly.
Like we don't. And it's the sample size. And it's what still it is.
Big games, isn't there? There's we got to play Chelsea and Liverpool again, don't we? And it'll be like, got those games coming up. So I do just feel like looking ahead to the fixtures, which is always dangerous because you never know how they're going to go. But there is this element of, God, we just can't lose that game at the weekend. I feel like even if it's a draw, not the end of the world. Okay, you can move on as but a loss and how it could and the manner of again, this is why context is important. The manner of the defeat as well. If that would be rough.
They've been on a bad run as well. Like you don't want to ignite them now.
And they play Thursday,
they're in
right?
Freefall. Yeah, they play
Thursday. You know what I mean? So it's like, just come on. Get the win. You know what I mean? Got to. And our record's good at home against Villa too. So just get it done.
It's a tough week for Villa. We can keep compounding them to misery. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Lille's not an easy task away from home, is it? So then they got to come to us. Then the pressure's obviously on them. So I don't know, man. It's not easy, but hopefully we can. We just got to win that game. I don't care about it before
because they might fall in the trap. The more the season goes on, they might fall in the trap of, let's say their form does continue to dip in the league. They might just focus, go right. It's Europa League for us. Then we're going to win Europa and get the Champions League because that might end up being the best option.
Yeah, because if we no offense, but if they could just piss off out of this. One more less space. If they could be sixth, you lot go sixth to just give us a more.
Just Unai, you love the Europa League. Just go and win that thing. Yeah, fine.
Let's read these out before we finish off. Kuna's not read that. WJ Barrett's Dorgu, left back, and Diomande left wing would be serious. A lot of physicality and pace down that side. Red Barrett says, contrary to popular belief, our scouts are decent.
We do have an extensive scouting system, and it's been overhauled. The data side of that guy came in from Mercedes. By all accounts, done a very good job. So
it's one thing identifying them, and then that's where you go to the decision makers who have to free up the money and make it work.
At WJ Barrett super chatted £19.99. I was with KG last night. We need an elite manager. The outside noise is already killing Carrick, and he isn't even perm. Go for the best, like what you said, Flex. Managers will come. They have huge egos, and this is United.
Yeah, I'm not against it, and I'm not for. I'm in this bit, WJ Barrett. I know KG was basically alluding to that, like why not Emery? Like go and get us, without sort of committing to like it can't be Carrick, it must be a other guy. But I do get why we need I get it, but I also get that it could be Carrick, and that might not be the worst thing. Like I'm just in the middle, bro. I am, because when you say we need an elite manager, who?
Yeah.
Who is it? Do you honestly think we're going to get Luis Enrique? Is an elite manager Oliver Glasner to take Man United forward? Is an elite manager De Zerbi? Is an elite manager Marco Silva? Who is it?
Because to be honest, like that elite managers, that like circle is really small at the moment. Yeah,
exactly.
Because like 12 months ago, people would have gone, "Oh, Xabi Alonso, elite manager." He went to shit around Madrid, and they're like, "Well, maybe, I'm not sure." You know what I mean?
Who's the elite managers?
Maybe it is Enrique, And that's just because he won the Champions League last season. You know what I mean? Let's say he has PSG have an embarrassing exit from the Champions League this season. Or I don't know about Enrique.
If they go out to Chelsea next round, not now, because they're playing tomorrow. Then exactly it will change. We shall see, man. We shall see. We won't see the beat of Kuna until Bruno leaves. JDK says Kuna at 10 would collapse defense 3 and others. Red Baron says big teams need big squads. Our squad is dead. That's why we need to improve it for sure. WCM says could we have not spent money on a starter though? When coming up in the summer coming, or do you mean just gone? Let me know what you mean.
I'm not sure.
WJ Barrett says midfield of Tonali, Anderson, and Cobby. Kuna and Diomande. Kuna in a 10, Diomande left wing. Boomer right wing. Ahmad right wing. Sesko up front. That's the way we let Bruno leave. Oh, and Enrique. That's the window flipping it. So yeah, let Bruno leave. You got Ahmad and Mbeumo for the right wing. Sesko up front, obviously. Left wing, Diomande, Anderson and Tonali. Jesus, in midfield or Cobby. It's a lot there, and it's a bit of FIFA.
WJ Barrett's playing FIFA.
Yeah, man. Super says scout team needs to scout in silence. Stop advertising every prospect. Should be an NDA for players' agents to keep quiet. I mean, you're never going to get silence on the rumors and silence on. There's been a meeting. There's been a meeting. They met for coffee, and scouts have been seen at. Like, you just can't, can you? Like, it's just not football's worst kept secrets, isn't it? WCM says, would you shop at Spurs if they go down? Who's at Spurs?
The other day, there aren't a lot.
There's not a lot. But in a weird way, though, in a better team, there should be in it. Like, you know, Van der Ven is overhyped because he's quick and stuff like that. But if you get him for a snip price, you could look at that. But he's always injured. Who'd you take?
People say like Solanke as a backup, but he's injuries as well.
I like Bergvall. You know, Bergvall's all right. He's handy. I'll take him.
There aren't a lot, basically.
Would you take Kudus on a cut price? Right wing, got enough of that. Got Ahmad and Mbeumo.
Probably not, actually, considering his sort of fall off at West Ham as well was a bit like
Kulusevski is a good player. Been out all year, but you know he's good.
Yeah, big injury. Maybe if you could keep him fit, then maybe he was.
Would you take Jed Spencer's backup, left or right back? Just a bit of backup across the squad. Not good, not really.
No.
Udogie, injuries. Started off bright. Looked like he was going to be the one. No. Who else they got? Conor Gallagher. No.
They're actually shit.
Shit, man. Who would you take if they said you could take anyone you want? Help us out.
Oh, would you have Madison? Just rub it in Tobe's face.
No, I would for Tobe's face. I wouldn't give you money for him
as a backup. You know,
backup
Madison,
to Bruno.
Backup.
Romero over Van der Ven. I'd definitely take Bergvall. Bergvall will probably be the only one. Pedro Porro right back as an actual right back, attacking right back.
Archie
Don't
Gray.
like him defensively. Archie Gray, he's all right. Good little youngster.
Young player.
Don't mind him. Wouldn't take Tell. Wouldn't take. Fucking hell, mate.
There's not a lot. There's not
a lot. There's nothing you can to get a bargain. I'd take Bergvall. I would take Bergvall. Who's a big talent of Vucekovic. I don't know who that is. I've never seen him play. Is he supposed to be the next one up? Is he? I ain't seen him. There's not a lot I would take to answer your question, WCM.
No.
Red Baron says that maybe we can sign Beyonce from Spurs. And of course, we've read out WJ Barrett as well. So yeah, there you go. All right, people. Big up to yourselves. Smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. Football Flex, there'll be a video up very, very shortly talking about City's run because it's extremely hard and it's Arsenal's to lose, etc. And so on and so forth. Big up to yourself. We'll see you later on. Take care, man. We're out of here. Have a blessed day. Peace.